What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel on the Camaro build. And no, I did not forget about it. I've been waiting for a couple parts, doing a couple other things. I had some other projects I had to finish. So got the suspension stuff here. We're gonna put the suspension stuff together. And there is a little issue with the upper control arm bushings for the 80 to 81. Apparently nobody makes the second bushing for these things. It would be the rearward upper bushing. No one makes it. No kits, no nothing. You buy the kits, they give you the kits for like the 79 and 78 and 77s, which has the little one that falls right through it. I'm going to show you. Watch. All right, guys. So put that there, put that there, put that there. Now, this is the other flat short one here. Okay. So now this is technically how it's supposed to be, all right? So you got these with the little nubs, and you got these with the flat ones. The nubs are supposed to go where that spacer is on the upper control arm, and that gets pressed in, and the nubs go up against that. The flat one is supposed to go in there like that, but it's not supposed to go in there that easy. It's made for 79 and below, or technically 79 and a half and below, because after 79 and a half, GM started mix matching control arms because they ran out. So see, the little ones don't go in there, and then when you get the other one with the nubs, that goes in there. But then you're gonna be like, well, you can't use that one because it has the nubs in there, it's gonna be too long. Well, let's see this one here. Yeah. So when you look at it, you measure it from, basically it's going to be from the nub to there. It's the same distance. You see what I'm saying? Because the nubs are going to stop here and it's going to stick out. This is thinner than that one, the bushing. And you can see the sleeve is recessed in there, but I don't think that makes a difference. I don't know what I'm doing there. But yeah, so if you line that up, I even measured it with a micrometer, and it's basically right on. You can't really see there. You got like right about there, it's right on. So I called, before I got into that part, I called Camaro Central. I'm like, oh, Camaro Central, they deal with Firebirds and Camaros, so they got to know. So I ordered it for an 81 Camaro. What did I get? I got these two in the kit. I'm like, okay, so I call and say, hey, you gave me the wrong ones. And they're like, no, that's the ones that will work in your car from 80 to 81, because no one makes these anymore that fit. So I'm like, oh, okay. So then I lined it up and blah, blah, blah. I'm done talking. So what I'm going to do now is smash these little sumbitches in here and get this show on the road. So, yeah. So don't go to Napa. Just go to Camaro Central and order 2 pairs. It'll solve your issue. So if anybody needs these, let me know. I'll give them to you. I'll mail them to you. Because I don't have a 79 and lower Camaro that they'll work on. Apparently I got these here that will work. So that went in there pretty easy there. They were in the freezer though. So they're cold. But yeah, so let me get going before they warm up a little bit. All right. All right, guys. So I got everything ready. So now, whoa, almost fell on my hands. So now, get ready to smash some fingers, and I'm gonna beat these damn bearings. Not bearings. I hit my head a lot when I was BMX racing. So I'm going to smash these bushings into the upper control arm. So let me get to it. Enjoy the time lapse. All right, guys, so the one I couldn't get in all the way, but now it's in. It's like, that one's just barely off, but I can't get it to go anymore. I'm gonna call it good. Plus, once you crank on these bolts, it's gonna pull that in anyway. So now I got to put this little bump stop in on the top, this thing. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, that's going to be great if there's one like that. But I'm going to put that on and put the bolts on, and we're going to call this side done. Yeah, let me get that done and get to the other one. As close as I can, and it started to bend it, so I don't think that's going in any further than that. It's basically a hair away, so I'm calling that good too. So like I said, once I tighten these bolts down, it's just going to pull that in a little bit more. So I'm not too worried about it. It's my car, it's safe, it's good for who it's for. All right guys, so idiot me again. Idiot me again. Forgot to hit the record button, and I put the control arm in, but you missed it the first time. I put the bolts in backwards and couldn't get it on there. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? And I'm like, oh, you moron. You got studs in there backwards. So then I did it correct way, and then I sat down and I was talking by myself, not knowing, because I still forgot to hit the record button from the first time. I thought it was still recording. And we're talking about shims. So I wrote them down on how many shims were in the front and how many in the back on each side. Well, I knew there were different sizes and stuff, but I wasn't able to read the sizes. So I just wrote how many were in there. So we're just gonna make them even, 2 and 2. We're gonna put a 60 and a 30 in the front, 60 and a 30 in the back, and we'll call that good. So we'll see what happens. I'm not doing the alignment, so I don't care. Alright guys, so I got my spring here, and it's got to go in there, and the issue is, I don't know what happened to the rubber piece. Yeah, I ordered them, I looked around, I have no idea where they're at. Oh wait, I do. I'm an idiot. Friggin' right next to me. Alright, let's get this done. So I went and got some new hardware, and I'm going to pop this bump stop on real quick. Let's see how this goes. Don't go in that hole. Goes like that. Nope, goes like that. Put this in down here. Then I think that is a 1/2 inch. So now I gotta go find a 1/2 inch socket so I can then tighten it up. It's gonna be like a brand new car when it's done. With a little bit of pitted. I don't. It'll be a decent car. All right. It's gonna be fun getting this spring in though. I'm kind of stalling, so I don't want to do it because it sucks. I got my wife's 55 Chevy behind me, so yeah, my luck is going to spring and slam into her car. And she's gonna be pissed. Helps if I turn this damn thing the right way. Get done a little quicker. Won't have to do it twice. All right, let's see, get in there. All right, 300 foot-pounds is good. And then they say you want to get the tip here in between the 2 holes, closest to the second hole. So I just want to get the damn thing up in the spring pocket. I think that's in. Probably not. This really sucks. I'm gonna put you on time lapse because this is gonna be a while. Guys, you done laughing at me? All right, so as you see, I tried all kinds of methods and I kind of had one going, but just I didn't have anything to cover the full spring. I tried this threaded rod. You know, I tried a modern style for struts. Spring tool won't work. And then I was going to use my pry bar and try to pry it in there with the floor jack. Not going to work. That stuff does work for some people, but apparently it's not working for me. I don't know why, but I do have one thing. I went over to the mad scientist's house, Otto and Chance. Went over there, told him what I had, what I was doing. Okay, now it ain't working, right? Why is that going down? Oh, it goes that way, that's why. So, this fishes into the spring, like so. Actually, it goes in claw first. And then you hook it onto the spring. Then it adjusts. Then you bring this down, like I was doing before, through the shock tower, or through the shock hole, and pop it in. So, that's what I am going to do. Finally, I'm gonna get it right. So let's get this thing going. I believe I had to jam that down there like that. Probably just need one washer. I don't need 3,000 of them. I'm gonna call that good right there. Let me turn this around a little bit more so you can see what I am doing. You'd rather see what I'm doing than what I look like. So, this is now, this is gonna take a little bit, but I'll get it. I'm trying to concentrate, so I can't really multitask and like talk to you guys at the same time. So I'll tell you what, I'll stick it on time lapse until I get this thing mounted up, and then we'll talk. All right. All right, guys. So I have it sitting in here. So now I'm going to crank this thing up. Get some tension on this spring because I have it seated, and then once this spring gets loaded up into the air, up into the pocket I should say, then I will be able to put it in the spot it needs to go on the control arm, and all that stuff, all that fun stuff. So we know by experience it's not going to work that way with me, but in theory it should. So I'm just hoping it doesn't fall out of the pocket. Put a little bit more tension in it. Then I'm going to slide underneath, take a peek up there, take a gander, and let's see what we got. It's seated in there. It's seated in there pretty good. So that's a plus. We're off to a good start. Let's get this thing cranked. Now I can put you back on time lapse because it's gonna be a while. All right, guys, so that was extraordinary tiring. I got to use an air gun next time. But I kind of screwed up. So the spring I had it eyeballed to the second spot is actually eyeballed to the beginning of the first spot. So now I got the jack there just to hold it because I popped it into place. So now what I got to do is loosen it. Yeah, that's fun. I got to loosen this damn thing. And that's what's left of the washer. So now I gotta start this all over again. Yeah, fun, guys, fun. Did I tell you how much fun this is? Ugh. All right, guys, so after like an hour of monkey dicking, I brought that out because there's that broken washer. So I got a spacer. It's almost like an O2 bung, I guess. I used that because I started digging into the frame. So I'm like, can't have that crap. But the spring is in there. The tool's still on there. Now I'm gonna hook up the friggin' spindle and I'm wiped out. This thing kicked my ass. So like I said, it's only me and I'm definitely not having my wife come out and help him with this. It's dangerous. So it seems real sketchy with this tool. So I don't trust it. So that's why I got the jack under it and everything else. So I got my pry bar prying, got my rubber mallet smacking it. It's not fun. I haven't actually done this spring. God, probably 88, 89 was the last time I did one on these cars. So it's been a long freaking time, very long time. And it's not like riding a bicycle. You kind of forget because you're getting older. That's my excuse. But yeah, let me take a break. I'll be back in a few minutes. All right, guys, so I got the spindle on. I'm like, I gotta record this, I forgot. Got too excited I got this far. So now I'm gonna go and crank this down. What size is that? That probably looks like a 21. I'm still doing millimeters. Here's a 19. Yeah, that's like a 22. Let me get a 22. That's too big. And it should be that one. Bingo. So instead of a 22, I actually grabbed a 7/8 and now I realized my air gun's not going to fit in there. That's wonderful. Crank it till you can't crank no more, right? That should be torqued. Now you can. Little hair, and then the cotter pin will be lined up. There we go. Always install your cotter pins before you forget. And then you're like, when your wheel's passing you on the highway, you're like, God damn, I should have had the cotter pin in. So, yeah, word of advice. It never happened to me, ever. That's one thing I can say. All right, now where's my dikes? Now I gotta get a pair of dikes. Yeah, love what condensation does to your tools. Yeah, I always get condensation in here. It sucks, but I got these little moisture bags in my toolboxes, but they don't seem to work all the time. There, that's done. I still gotta get that other sumbitch up in here. I need the air gun. I gotta blow that shit out. All right, guys. My blue gun actually really blows. Sucks. All right. Now we have this one. this is going to meet here. Okay, jack that up some. Okay, well that sucks. Only able to get a couple turns out of it. I've done it again. Forgot to get that put in. So, gotta leave it like this. I gotta run to the store and get some of that silicone spray. I'll try that. It's another thing I could try. Yeah. Well, guys, I highly recommend that you really know how to put these bump stops in on these upper control arms. If you can go tubular, because I do not recommend this shit, because I had to hack this damn shit up and it's not pretty. Now, here's the first one. Look at that. Looks like I took a chunk out of it. I was hungry. My wife didn't make me lunch today. I had to shave it all down. I still got to try and get this one in. And I shaved the other one down, but then I got a little smarter. Instead of using vice grips, I use these. That way it gets the whole thing. Kept slipping off with the silicone. I had to use a rag and all that shit. But it's in there for who it's for. So let's just say that. This definitely is a no concourse car. This is going to be daily driven, so I'm sure it's going to fall out sooner or later. But I'll show you what I have to do, or what I'm doing. You're probably like, got a floor jack and a ratchet strap. Why? Well, being this lovely half-ass bump stop piece of shit's in there, I had to ratchet strap so I can get some threads. So I'm gonna screw my nut on now. Oh, it's handy. Come on. Nothing went right today whatsoever. It was just one of those days. So I'm gonna put you on a tripod now. I'm gonna tighten that up, pop off the ratchet strap. Then I can take out the tool, spring compressor. Yeah, that's it. I can take that out. This sucks, dude. And just like that, it's done. For you guys, it was probably, I don't know, 15 minutes, if that. But for me, it was a misery. I was monkey dicking with this thing. It was horrible. Again, it was very horrible. This here is the worst thing ever, this bump stop. Why couldn't you bolt in like this one, like the bottom one? It would make a lot more sense. Just have it bolt right in. Nope, nope, nope. We're gonna break everyone's balls that wants this bump stop. So, yeah, it's horrible. So, like I said, probably better off going tubular. I don't really want tubular because I want to keep this stock as much as possible. I want to have that stock feel while I'm driving. You know, like I did when I was in high school and stuff. I guess it's part of my midlife crisis. But, you know, it is what it is. That's what I want. That's how I want to do this car. But in hindsight, I'm not that... Don't worry about how I did it. I showed you how I did it because it's not a how-to, it's more of like how to fuck it up, basically. So, yeah. Horrible, 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 horrible. It's almost like when you're a kid and you had that little thing, you had the squares, the circles, the triangles, the rectangles, you had to put them in the right holes and stuff. Well, yeah, apparently this, you had to shave this down a lot. And I guarantee you, I'll put money on this, that this thing will be on there for at least 50,000 miles. Because that's how messed up it is. All right, hey, well, it's time for shocks. I got me some Monroe shocks. So we're gonna put these shocks on. Or I'm gonna put them on and probably break my balls again, while you guys just sit there and laugh. Yeah. So we got some hardware, we got new nuts, I got new screws, I got new speed nuts down there. So I'm good on these, hopefully. And yeah, this really sucks, guys. Bummed. Bum. So, all right. Didn't go my way whatsoever. So, let's see if I can get the shock in here. Something's going on. Oh, we got that there. Okay. I know what it is. Got the friggin' bush on upside down. Guaranteed. Yep, bushing's upside down. So my hole's a little bigger from that tool. Let me show you real quick. That's what that tool did to it, indented it. So yeah, start tearing metal up out of it. I gotta wipe that down real quick. So, Camaro, build a Camaro, they said. That'll be like the one you had in high school, I said. We got some metal in there. Oh wow, that's a lot. That really gouged it up pretty good. And after this, my day's over. Tomorrow, the rubber isolator for the spring will come in. I had it next day shipped. I'm gonna get that done. I wanna get that on the side done with the spring. I gotta touch some paint up on this side. What else do I gotta do? I gotta put the steering box in. I'm hoping I gotta run hopefully tomorrow and get my wife's power steering pump hose. I'm hoping to get that done tomorrow because she blew a line on hers. And I need it for Saturday, hopefully. And that's 9/16 that one. So I have these I need for tomorrow, that I need for tomorrow. They will go up there so I don't lose them. These spacers will be up there for tomorrow. This makes you feel like you don't know what you're doing. And most of the part, I don't know what I'm doing. Well, I do, but I don't. I'm not no pro. I'm not a mechanic by trade. I did go to Votech when I was in high school like a million years ago. I didn't care for it because I wanted to go for auto body actually. And it was boring. I didn't like the book work because I don't like book work. And then I became a cop for 20 years and retired and started playing with cars again. But I did have a good mentor when I was younger. The guy I worked for, Tom at Tom's Auto. Great guy, awesome. He actually had a yellow DeLorean, it's cool as shit. But I was supposed to take it to the prom, but I was scared to. I didn't want to. But anyway, besides that, like I said, I worked at his shop for years. I worked at a couple tire stores and stuff like that. But I know the basics. I always messed with my own cars majority of the time. And then when I retired, I went into this full time. So, yeah. Yep. So you can see how much I shaved off. Whoops. You see how much I shaved off on that thing. And if you look on the back side has more. So, yep. So the back side's basically gonna hold it on. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, you know? So I gotta fix up some of these scratches. Gotta touch them up in there, down in the lower control arm. I gotta tighten up the lower control arm now. Not today, I'll do it when I'm done everything. I'll go over everything and tighten everything up. There's some of the tie rods, and center link is over there. More stuff, the springs, I got crap all over the place. Empty box. I'll monkey dick with that tomorrow. Get that thing in there, I hope. Probably have to cut it back some more. You see I had my heat gun heating this damn shit up. Nothing wanted to work right. So, but that's gonna be it for today, guys. I'll be back in the morning. I'll be playing with that. I'll be starting to put in some, the gearbox and all that stuff. I'll have to get all that done. I gotta pull the idler arm off of that and pop it on the other, the new one. Yep, so it is all getting there. All right, guys, so I got the steering box all mounted up. I got the idler arm here, pitman arm. I don't know the difference. It's one or the other. So this is gonna get cleaned up and painted, because it'll look crappy if it doesn't. I got my tie rods, inner and outer tie rods. I got more stuff in here. I got more stuff over there, center link sticking up. So now I have to go, ooh. Well, I found one of my bolts for this. I have to go find the other one. Great. That could be anywhere. So let me get looking. Be another hour or two. Be back. All right, guys, so I got the inner and outer on the left side done. The right side, the guy forgot to order the inner tie rod for me for the right side. So today's Friday, it won't be here until Monday afternoon. So that means like probably Wednesday I can fool with it. So I do have the bolts. I went to the local hardware store and got the correct bolts for this. So I'm gonna mount that in today. I gotta run back to the hardware store and get these bolts. They're only for the dust shield because they are over here. And they came in today, as well as my new dust caps and castle nuts for the spindles. So and here's the ones for 30 ones for the idler arm. But yeah, so let me go run to the hardware store, grab these bolts. I gotta get 6 of them with lock washers because I don't feel like cleaning these up. I'd rather buy new ones, but because everything else is new. So let me run and grab them so we can at least mount those up today also. And what else I gotta get? I gotta put that pile of stuff back because that's where these bolts were. Bloop. So let me go ahead and do that, and I will be right back. Also, tomorrow I'm getting some more paint because I ran out of paint, so I can paint my pitman arm. Yeah, that's it. And here's the sleeve for the other ones and all my other stuff there. All my fittings and castle nuts and everything you need to know. So let me go throw this box out on my way out the door to the store. Guys, so I'm getting ready to clean this very soon. When, I don't know, but it's one step further than it was before because it was in that bin, and I moved over to my cleaning booth, my dishwasher. So, you know, brake cleaning and wire wheels and stuff. So, and scrub brush, or wire brush. So that's there. I got my new dust shields in. They came raw. So I decided to paint them, and they got a couple runs. So right now, these are running better than the car. So there's a little run right there. You're never ever going to see it because it's going to have brake dust all over it. Oh, I got to get in there. I missed a spot. And over there, it's only the second coat, so I got like at least one more coat to put on there. So then we walk down memory lane here, and I got my pitman arm. I just painted. I cleaned it up the best I could. It still had that rust tint to it and everything. So I got my matte black rust encapsulizer, so it'll seal it all up and stop it, so it won't get any worse than what it is. But anyway, that's like solid steel. Was that like 1-inch steel? I ain't worried about it. So this is probably the only original suspension piece I have for the car. The only thing original on this is the frame, upper and lower control arms, and that. Sway bar is going to be new too, or re-powder coated also. Not just spray painted, powder coated. These aren't any bolts that I actually reused right now. They go to the dust shield. Couldn't find them at the local hardware store, couldn't find them online, so I just cleaned them up and painted them. So I'm happy with that. Still got to install that shock, but while I'm waiting for this to dry, probably tomorrow I'm going to install it. Again, tomorrow is Sunday, and I'm still waiting for the inner tie rod to come in. I gotta go outside and grab the whole tie rod setup, slide that over here so I can match everything up and count the threads on the tie rod sleeve. So at least the alignment will be pretty much close, but not quite. So yeah, that's not gonna be my problem because I'm not doing an alignment on this. So I wanna get as close as I can for the guys. Then I have to install the shock, the little things right here. You know, the speed nuts and bolts. Yep, I got them. They're brand new. Like I said, everything's going to be absolutely brand new. Oh, the other bolts I used too were these because they were in perfect condition. They were absolutely perfect. These are all brand new. You know that. And I used the motor mount bolts, even though I have new ones. I was like, they're still in good shape, so I'm going to use them. And they're a bitch, and they came a little late, and that's those right here. So I have them in case I ever want to change my mind. But what the hell is that? Some idiot with their fucking bass blasting. Live in the country, and I still hear this shit. Anyway, yeah. So okay, I guess you guys probably heard that too. Rather hear that than the bass blasting. So anyway, one more coat on there, one more coat on there. They're done until tomorrow, and I gotta get back on this, the 911. So let me get going. Stop rambling. Hey guys, so I bought new pitman arm bolts, right? Well, thing is, the reason I did that, because I ain't found, I told you earlier, one of them. Yeah, I just found one of them. Well, I just found the other one. It was sitting on the left, right there. So this lift hasn't been this far down on the ground for a long time because of working on this Porsche. And I found it. So yeah, I'm gonna put these here. So they're right there. So now I know where they're at. So if I tell you guys, hey, can't find them, hey idiot, look on the car, on the firewall. All right guys, time to get down and dirty now. I am going to put the pitman arm on, idler arm I gotta bolt up. I'm gonna use the original bolts, these here. I'm gonna clean these up real quick. I got my inner tire rod for the right side, that's gonna get bolted up. So let me clean these up and paint them. By the time I get to that side, that should be dry because I'm gonna stick it in front of that. Like I said earlier, I got to go up into the 911 and get the rotors, but I'm putting the old ones on for now just to get this thing to roll. I don't want the brand new ones to get surface rust on them and stuff like that. So with that said, let me get the cleaning of these. You don't need to see that because it's boring and it sucks. And then we're going to match the threads up, like count the threads, and you know, so I can get the alignment so-so. And we're going to have some steering. Not by a steering wheel, by kicking tires. So let me get going. Alright guys, so I got the outer tie rods on, they're in the right spots. I counted the threads on the old one, matched them up the best I could with the new ones. I put some anti-seize in the sleeves so it won't rust. Hopefully I only have to do one alignment on it. So I got the center link, I got everything ready to go on the center link. I am going to go pop that on now. And let me get this buttoned up. And the pitman arm's on. I have everything hand tight right now. Why do I do that? I don't know. I forget why. But everything's hand tight right now. But I will crank everything down. So let me get going. Guys, so there we have it. We have inner outer tie rods are in, the sleeves are on, center link's on, pitman arm, idler arm, everything's there. I just have everything's tight except the pitman arm. I got a crank on that with the air gun, but I'm gonna do that tomorrow because I don't feel like listening to the compressor today. I am going to now shoot grease in these so these joints will be nice and greased up. And so I gotta put a fit in under that one. So the idler arm needs a fit in. So I gotta pop that in and yeah. So let me go ahead and get the grease gun, pop that fit, well, pop the fitting in, get the grease gun. And I didn't crank down on the sleeves, I just snugged them. I'm not driving the car anywhere. I don't know, I might drive it. Well, I'm not driving it anytime soon, but to the alignment shop. So more than likely I'm probably gonna trailer it over to the alignment shop. So no biggie, I'll get it done. And like I said, I got all the cotter pins are all in and everything else. So it looks good. I'm just gonna touch up my bolts there. I did buy some aftermarket bolts I got from the store, but I didn't like the way they were a tad bit too long. I didn't like it, so I cleaned up the old ones after I found the other one. That's why I bought them. And I'm going to now paint it again. So, because I hit it with brake clean to clean it up and knocked off the paint. So, anyway, what I'm going to do after I grease is put my dust shields on. There's my freshly painted bolts. So, I'm going to go ahead and clean up the old grease there. Take that off, put the spindle or dust shield on, bolt that up, and tomorrow I'll probably put the rotors on. I'm not doing it today. So let me get the grease in, put that fitting on, and we'll put these dust shields on. And once the rotors are on, this video is over. So let me get going. All right guys, here's my grease gun. I love this thing. It is a Milwaukee battery powered grease gun. Friggin' works amazing. A lot better than going. You just hold the button in and done. So I'll show you. I'm not gonna. Well, first I have to put a fit in on that idler arm still. So let me go do that. All right, guys. So what you do, just like any other one, it's got a really long hose too. Get the fit in on there. Pop it on and squeeze. And that's it. So let me put you on time lapse and enjoy it. All right, guys, so that wasn't too bad. The Tie rods are all done. They're all greased up. They all have their fittings. Everything's tight. Cotter pins are all in. I should have friggin' did the upper ball joints. I gotta go back and do that after I just clean my hands. I was just looking. I still gotta put the fittings in the lower ball joints. Yeah, I didn't do that yet. So, yeah, they're right there. So I'm gonna go do that while, so the suspension will be like, done. Something like that. And, yep. And I do have to tighten up the lower control arm bolts too. I remember I gotta do that. Upper ones are done. Lower ones are not. So, I got all this written down up here. Pretty much, not. But, yep, so let me put those fittings in the lower ball joints, and we're going to grease them up real quick. So, yeah. There you have it. The front end is greased up. Now I got left is the dust shields and tighten up the lower control arms and the rotors, which I might do it all tomorrow. I'll probably put the dust shields on now. So let me go ahead and do that. And that way I can just slide the rotors on and tighten up the control arms. So let me go get some sockets. Be right back. Guys, yes. All right, thing is, there's one oddball bolt for each side. I have no idea where it goes and why. It goes like that. So I'm going to say the oddball one goes here. And then I'll put the other two that look alike over here. So, and if you're wondering why I'm doing the front suspension and not the driver's side that I cut all up, is because I procrastinate. I think about things. And I want to get this thing rolling. So that's kind of like my goal right now. So I actually want to get it up with a lift and stuff like that. But yeah, it's getting there little by little. And the next video you see, we'll be getting the quarters welded on, and well, one of them, and the what else do you call it? Quarters will be getting welded on, and the rockers. Yep, so I'll be getting all that stuff done. And I can't wait because it's been a long time coming. And the other thing I want to do too, the reason I want to get this rolling, because I want to re-drop this whole front subframe on the lift so I can actually undercoat underneath the vehicle. So that's one of the other reasons why I want to get it rolling. So, because it still needs a lot of work. So, I mean, there's not much. I torque it to like 200 foot-pounds. So, there's really not much more I can do. Rust-wise, just the passenger side, which, yep, that's good. So, once I get the passenger side done too, once I get all the sheet metal welded back on, things are going to go downhill quick. And we'll be driving it. Motor's all done. I just have to put new gaskets on it. That's a half a day. Transmission, it's only got 82,000 miles on it. It didn't leak when it was in that shit vet. And yeah, so that's all good. So, and it ain't gonna take long to put rotors and swap them back around and calipers. And the other reason I need the lift, because after I get it, I'm actually gonna do lizard skin underneath. and I want to start running the brake lines and fuel lines. So that's another reason why I want to put it up on the lift. And because I'm not doing it on my back under here. And yeah, so now I'm going to go head over to the other side and get that done. I really can't film over there, and I'm putting a dust shield on, you've seen that. So let me go to the other side real quick, and I'll be right back. And boom, there you have it. So let me show you about these bolts. See how that looks like that? That looks like that, but that one don't look the same. So I figured that's where that one would go. Now again, guys, you know, I like to do things 3-4 times, so more likely it's wrong. It just would make sense, I would think, but it probably doesn't. So we'll clean that grease up tomorrow. I put grease on there so it wouldn't rust. I'll take this tape off, and we'll grease it up, lube it up, and put the old rotors on, so because I don't feel like opening up the new rotors and having them rust and wasting $70, $60, whatever they cost. And guess what? The passenger side looks just like this side. So I don't have to go walk around there. What else? So, yep. So tomorrow we'll tighten up the lower control arms, and we'll put spindles on. Well, spindles already on. We'll put the rotors on. Then I got to take that out and get powder coated. I'm going to keep that one. And then those perches or pockets, whatever you call them, for the leaf springs that get bolted to the floor, I'm also going to disconnect them from the rear, which is right outside. And I'm going to take them to the powder coater. So I might take a trip tomorrow to the powder coater if I have time. So, but I will see you guys in the morning. Well, what do we have here? All right, guys, I put the old rotors on. My battery died on my phone, so I couldn't, it's rotors. It's slide it on, grease it up, slide it on, put the nut on it. Big deal there, I did it. So, and there it is on the other side. So, I still got to put the shock on. Shock's getting ready to get installed as we speak. And yeah, these wheels are going on now. So I'm gonna put this one on real quick. And then after I get that shock on, we'll put that wheel on. So stay tuned. And boom, just like that, driver's side's done. So once I get the passenger side done, I'm taking it off the jack stands because everything's fine. It'll be just fine. So I'm not worried about none of that. Everything's, I already got my numbers and all that stuff, so we are good to go. And let me go do that shock real quick. All right, guys, shock is now in there. I can't tighten this up yet because I touched it and it's still tacky. When I was putting the springs in, the tool kind of like grooved into the metal. So what I did, I just filled it up a little bit with some, I just MIG welded it real quick, grinded it down, and I just had to retouch it up. So I'm gonna wait for that to dry. I'll pop that on, but in the meantime, we're gonna put this wheel on. And boom, there we got it, guys. All done. Like I said, I still got to tighten up the shock bolt right there. But everything else is done. And I still had to do the gearbox, but I'm not worried about that right this second. I'm waiting until I get the shaft in, and then I'll get it up there. So I want to make sure I had that lined up perfectly, that it's not a tooth off. So I don't want to keep pressing it off and on, off and on. So that's why I'm going to leave it snug. I can tap it off with a hammer if I need to. Besides that, yeah, front end is done for now. We're gonna take it off these jack stands, and then over here is the rear. there's the rear. So we're going to eventually get that put back underneath also and get this thing back on all fours. So yeah, it's moving along slowly because I'm working on the 911 with a lot of rust. So but all right, well, all right guys, coming closer to the end on the front suspension here. Let me jack this puppy up some. There we go. One down. Boom, two down. And after two down, you know what we do? We let it. I want to make sure my rocker don't get crushed by the cinder block. That would suck. All right, let's go, nice and slow. Oh yeah. What do you think? All right, guys. So there you have it. It's done. Well, not done where I can go and drive it. It's done where I don't have to do anything else, but now I can focus on getting everything else lined up. So this is a huge step for me. Might not be for you guys, but it's a huge one for me. So it feels like I actually accomplished something now. So yep. Just soak it in real quick. Soak it in real quick. And soon, hopefully in a few weeks, we'll have the back ones down. I gotta send some stuff out to be powder coated for that. Then I'm gonna paint the rear and all that. It's just only a temporary. I'm going to get an LSD unit for it and get a disc brake conversion put on it. Yep, and probably figure out what kind of gears I want to get because I don't know yet. So it's going to have 700 R4, it's going to be bigger. I can probably do like these 373s, 411s. Still run pretty good. So yep, soak it all in. All right, guys, so this is going to end it on this episode of the wonderful front end suspension. All new stuff, except the pitman arm. Even new bolts except the idler arm. I had new ones, but I wanted to put the old ones back in because the new ones are longer and I didn't like the way it looked. So, yep, so take all that in right now and hit that like and subscribe button. If you want to see more of these Camaro builds, hit the like and subscribe button, be notified, ring that little bell, ding, ding. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching.